What's up, energy investors? Sean Pruitt here, president of Kingdom Exploration. And today we are exposing a shadow war happening just 90 miles from American shores that the mainstream media won't touch. Right now, Russian military forces are embedding themselves in Venezuela. Wagner mercenaries, S-400 missile systems, intelligence operations. Putin is building a military fortress in our backyard, and while using Maduro as his newest proxy weapon against America. This is the Cuban Missile Crisis 2.0, but nobody's talking about it. What I'm about to reveal isn't just another geopolitical analysis. This is about an alliance forming between Russia, Iran, and Venezuela that could reshape global power, trigger military confrontation, and yes, send oil prices into the stratosphere. Buckle up, because this intelligence will change how you see the growing threat in our hemisphere. Let me paint you a picture that'll make your head spin. Right now, as we speak, Vladimir Putin is playing 4D chess with global oil prices, and Venezuela is his secret weapon. Here's the brilliant, twisted logic. Russia is hemorrhaging money. Their oil revenues have crashed 25% due to sanctions. That's according to the International Energy Agency's latest report. They are burning through reserves fighting in Ukraine. But Putin found a lifeline, and it's genius in its simplicity. He's propping up Maduro's regime in Venezuela, and in exchange, he's getting Venezuelan heavy crude at fire sale prices. We're talking 30 to 40% below market value. Why? Because Venezuela is desperate. They are sanctioned, isolated, and Putin is their only buyer. But here's where it gets wild. Putin's not keeping that oil. He's using his shadow fleet, over 600 dark tankers operating outside international law, according to the Lloyd's List intelligence, to resell that Venezuelan crude to India and China at massive profits. He's literally arbitraging desperation. And the kicker? Every move Putin makes to destabilize Venezuela, every Wagner mercenary he deploys, every S-400 system he installs, it all pushes oil prices higher. It's a win-win for Russia. Cheap oil, proxy warfare against America, and higher global prices for his own exports. Now, here's what Reuters and military intelligence analysts are reporting. And this is breaking news, folks. The Trump administration has been quietly mapping every Venezuelan military installation, every oil facility, every refinery. We're talking satellite imagery from Maxar Technologies, human intelligence reported by Southern Command, the works. They know where Maduro's generals sleep at night. They know which pipelines feed which refineries. They know which ports handle the shadow fleet transfers. Why? Because Trump sees what's happening. Russia is embedding itself 90 miles from Florida. They are creating a military foothold that could host hypersonic missiles, spy bases, you name it. This isn't the Cold War. This is the Cold War on steroids. And it's happening now. U.S. Southern Command has already pre-positioned assets. We've got carrier strike groups doing routine exercises off the Venezuelan coast. Special operations teams are forward deployed in Colombia, all confirmed by Defense Department briefings. The Pentagon is ready to strike, and they could take out Venezuela's entire oil infrastructure, 1 million barrels per day, in less than 48 hours. But Venezuela is just one piece of this puzzle. Let me blow your mind with the bigger picture. Russia, Iran, Venezuela, and until recently Syria, they've formed what they call the axis of resistance. It's really an axis of desperation, but it's dangerous as hell. Iran is rebuilding right now. After their October 2025 missile exchange with Israel just last month, they've gone quiet, too quiet. The Institute for Science and International Security reports they are reconstituting their IRGC forces, restocking missiles. And here's the scary part. They have enough enriched uranium for 9 nuclear devices. 9. They could assemble them in weeks, not years. Meanwhile, according to the UN weapons inspectors, Iran is flooding the Houthis in Yemen with cruise missiles and anti-ship weapons. These aren't your grandfather's rebels. They are a sophisticated proxy force that can shut down 20% of the global oil shipments through the Red Sea with a push of a button. And Putin, he's the puppet master, coordinating this chaos symphony. S-400 air defense systems to Iran, Su-35 fighters in exchange for Iranian drones, Wagner mercenaries in Venezuela. It's all connected, and it all points to one goal: control oil, control the world. Now, let me tell you something most analysts miss completely. They think this is about money and power. They are wrong, dead wrong. For Iran's supreme leader, Khamenei, this isn't politics, it's theology. Let me break this down because as Americans, we don't get this mindset. In Shia Islam, particularly Iran's revolutionary interpretation, there's a belief that if you don't actively fight against what they see as evil, Israel, Saudi Arabia, the West, you are literally risking eternal damnation. The Ayatollah believes, and I mean believes, with every fiber of his being, that God will curse him and his nation if they don't resist. Look at the Gallup polls. Saudi Arabia has 39% approval as the leader of the Muslim world. Iran, 14%. That's not just embarrassing for Iran. In their worldview, it's blasphemous. The Saudis, who Iran sees as corrupt sellouts to the West, are winning the hearts of Muslims. For the Ayatollah, this is like watching Satan win a popularity contest. And folks, if you believe in the Bible, the Christian Bible, you know this Middle East war will escalate. Ezekiel 38 describes Russia and Iran forming an end-times alliance to attack Israel, exactly what we're watching unfold right now. Whether you believe in biblical prophecy or not, a 2,600-year-old text precisely describing today's Russian-Iranian axis should give you chills. This is why Iran will never stop. It's not about negotiation or sanctions. When you believe God himself demands you to fight, compromise equals damnation. Look, I'm a redeemed Christian. I believe in salvation through grace, not through war. But these folks, they believe they have to earn their place in heaven through holy war. That's why this conflict will never end peacefully. Never. Israel is the wall standing between us and these forces. I support them because if they fall, we are next. But understand this. Religious wars don't follow the rules of rational politics. They follow the rules of eternity. So here's where we are right now and why you need to pay attention. Multiple triggers are locked and loaded. First, if the U.S. strikes Venezuelan infrastructure, that's 1 million barrels per day offline instantly. Oil prices jump to $100 minimum overnight. Second, the Houthis are armed and ready. One coordinated attack on Saudi oil facilities or a mining operation in the Strait of Hormuz, and we lose 20% of global seaborne oil. That pushes us past $120 a barrel. Third, Russia's getting desperate in Ukraine. They could retaliate by hitting Ukrainian grain and energy infrastructure, disrupting European energy markets, and pushing Brent crude even higher. Fourth, if Iran makes a move toward nuclear breakout, which they are weeks away from, according to the IAEA, Israel will strike. That's a guaranteed regional war and 130 plus oil. Any one of these happens and oil prices explode. If two happen, we're looking at $150 oil and global energy crisis that makes 2008 look like a picnic. This is why Trump is moving at lightning speed. That November 10th summit with Syria's new leader, it's not about Syria. It's about breaking the axis before it solidifies. Every day Trump waits, Russia embeds deeper in Venezuela. Every day Iran transfers more weapons to the Houthis. Every day the shadow fleet grows larger and harder to track. Trump's strategy is simple but brilliant. Hit them before they are ready. Sever Russia's Venezuelan oil lifeline, flip Syria to the Western camp, isolate Iran, do it all before Putin can create a stronghold on the ground that are impossible to reverse. The intelligence community suggests Trump has weeks, maybe a month, before this situation crystallizes into something we can't unwind without massive military action. So what does this mean for oil investors, for America, for your energy cost? First, volatility is about to go through the roof. If you are not positioned for massive oil price swings, you're about to get steamrolled. This isn't a maybe, it's a win. Second, the Strategic Petroleum Reserve is at historic lows. We don't have the buffer we had in previous crises. When prices spike, they'll spike hard and fast. Third, this is actually an incredible opportunity for domestic producers. Every dollar oil prices rise, American oil becomes more valuable. Fourth, and this is critical, even if Trump's strategy works, and we avoid immediate conflict, oil prices are still heading higher. Why? Because global oil development investment is at an all-time low while demand keeps growing. Rystad Energy reports we are under investing by $100 billion annually. That's a supply crunch building regardless of geopolitics. We maintain energy independence, but prices will rise based on pure fundamentals. Based on everything I'm tracking from energy intelligence and OPEC reports, here's the timeline. The next 30 days are critical. U.S. military exercises near Venezuela, unusual tanker movements in the Caribbean, Iranian missile transfers to Yemen, Russian troops' movements to Venezuelan bases. By December, we'll know if Trump's preemptive strategy worked. If it didn't, January could see the first strikes, either U.S. on Venezuela or Houthis on Saudi infrastructure. By February, if nothing's been resolved, we're looking at sustained 100-plus oil in the new normal, with spikes to 130 during crisis moments. This isn't fear-mongering, folks. This is pattern recognition based on hard intelligence and 20 years of watching these markets. Look, I've been in the oil business for over 2 decades. I've seen boom and bust cycles. I've watched wars start and end over energy, but I've never seen anything like this. A coordinated multi-front assault on the global energy system with nuclear proliferation, religious extremism, and great power competition all mixed into one explosive cocktail. The smart money is already moving. Major funds are quietly accumulating oil positions. Nations are stockpiling reserves. The chess pieces are in motion. Listen, if you want to learn about investing in American oil that's 100% tax deductible and profitable at these prices, check the link in the comments below. Many savvy investors are taking profits from crypto and stocks while prices are high and moving into oil while prices are low, shielding their capital gain taxes by investing in oil wells. This is for educational purposes only. Consult with your tax professional and financial advisor before making any investment decisions. This is Sean Pruitt from Kingdom Exploration telling you the age of cheap, stable oil is over. The age of energy warfare has begun, and those who understand this shift will profit massively while others get crushed by the volatility. If you want to stay ahead of this crisis and understand how to position yourself for what's coming, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Please share this video and comment below. It genuinely helps spread the truth that the global elites don't want getting out. Remember, in chaos, there's opportunity. In crisis, there's profit, but only for those who see it coming. Until next time, this is Sean Pruitt saying, watch the oil, watch Venezuela, and watch your six. The game is on.